Look at us. We're like actually recording the Christmas episode early enough that there's a possibility, albeit very slight, that it might actually be in time for Christmas.
I was going to say, no promises.
I mean, it's all on me at this point, and that's not a good bet to make.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
Although
enjoy this New Year's episode.
Enjoy the maybe mid-January episode.
Yeah, Well, the whole year will be the new year, right? So you could get it out anytime you want at that point.
Oh, God, don't tempt me. I mean, I'm even very apropos. I've got my holiday eggnog. Everything is great.
You're already in the spirit.
I mean, I'm in the well. Yes, we decorated the Christmas tree last night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So there was a multitude of delicious appetizers and such.
Oh, there you go. Did you have the traditional pot stickers and such?
Did not do the pot stickers this time, although we did do the crab appetizers.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You got to do the crab appetizers.
Even more traditional.
Truly
traditional.
Yeah. No, I made what did I make? I made coconut lime chicken skewers.
Nice.
And then I made takoyaki with pizza filling. So like little bits of pepperoni and mozzarella with like some tomato sauce and grated Parmesan.
Yeah, I mean, so you made like, what are they called? Bagel bites, but pizza bites, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
round. But then round, yes. Then I also made that, you remember that one like cauliflower thing at the Indian place?
I do, yes.
Yeah, gobi Manchurian. I made that, which...
Nice.
Oh, that's so, deep fried cauliflower in like, spicy, tangy sauce. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. That one was, this is classic for me. I was just like, is one head of cauliflower enough? And Lauren was like, yeah, it's going to be enough. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then we put it out and it was like just a mountain.
Yeah, too much. Yeah, way too much. Yeah.
It was way too much.
I feel like you've made that mistake before. Yeah.
You mean like
with cauliflower?
Just every time in my life, anytime it's like, I'm like, is this, the answer is, I should just always follow it up with, the answer is yes. It's enough.
I did do that with the stuffing this year. I made literally double the amount that I should have.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of such, how was your Thanksgiving?
Great.
I don't think we've talked since then.
No, I don't think we have. Yeah. I was very nice. How was yours?
Very nice. Very nice. I got to do it twice. So.
Oh, of course. Yeah. We had a turkey and a ham, and actually we ended up doing a second turkey as well. So
holy shit!
Because the next day, Chandler, my roommate, went to the grocery store and just like the day after Thanksgiving, guess what? Turkeys are like essentially free.
Yeah.
So we had room, so he just smoked another turkey that day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Good. I still have not done a smoked turkey. I need to do that one of these days.
I mean, I actually like turkey when it's smoked.
Fair enough.
It's so much better.
I'm very keen one year, maybe I'll do it next year, on doing it, instead of doing a whole turkey, doing like just the turkey breasts, because that's what everybody eats anyway. So, turkey breasts, but then do them sous vide.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I've heard that that's quite delicious, because
doing it in any way that's like low and slow for sure.
Yeah. Or fast and just right.
Yeah. In oil.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Deep fried will do it. I mean, I always spatchcock it when I do turkey, and like that goes pretty well. Like, cause it cooks in like an hour and a half. So
I mean, you've had like turkey legs at like fairs and stuff, right?
Yes, I have.
Because those are always smoked.
Yes. And so that's why they're so good.
Yeah. And they're like, imagine a whole turkey like that.
Yeah. Fair enough. You can actually buy smoked turkey legs at the grocery store.
Even better, you can just buy raw turkey legs and smoke them yourself.
You could do that.
You do that.
I've made what is it? Is it red? Yeah, red beans and rice. And I used what was it? Was it smoked? No, I saw the smoked turkey leg, but I didn't buy it because I was buying smoked ham hock.
Oh,
and
my God!
I used that. Yeah.
You're on the ham hock wave.
Well, I mean, it goes in red beans and rice, so I was just like, all right, you know what? I'll put it in.
Yeah.
I don't have any, I didn't have the pickled pork shoulder, so I was like, I'll go with the smoked ham hock.
It was expensive, right?
No, I don't think so. It wasn't really that bad.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe you know what? Maybe because like in the South they actually eat the smoked ham hocks.
Well,
whereas
people complain around here that like people have been like picking up on ham hocks and now they've become expensive because everyone is now eating.
Yeah, I don't think it's caught on up here in Windsor.
Yeah.
So it's just like there was like 2 like tucked away with the deli meats, and I was just like, oh, okay, smoked ham hock.
Yeah, there's not a ham hock section.
No, there's not a ham hock section.
I am in the South. I have, fucking pork cracklings and, stuff in the grocery store in just like, large amounts. Always available.
Yeah, there's certain things you know what I really miss from the South, and maybe I'm just like I have not gone to the grocery store at the right time or something, but I know for a fact that the grocery store that is like the one that we normally go to does not have it. I can't find fucking andouille sausage to save my life.
Oh, really? Oh my God. I don't know if I could live.
You know what? I mean, what I've had to resort to is basically like
import it.
Really garlicky kielbasa plus extra cayenne pepper.
Oh man, just import like a case of andouille sausage.
I mean, here's the thing that kills me is so there's a restaurant supply store near me. And
nice.
Which is where I buy most of my like kitchen gadgets and shit, and they're fantastic. But they, if you get on their mailing list, which I am, so I can see when like there's deals and shit, like they put out recipes like every like month or so. And one time, like they put out a recipe for jambalaya with andouille sausage. I'm like, where the fuck are you getting andouille sausage, you sons of bitches? Like, I need to like go in there next time and be like, look, you put out a recipe in fucking November that said that there was andouille sausage, and I dare you to tell me where I could find andouille sausage.
I'm sure there's some local butcher shops that
there must be, but like I've checked butcher shops. I haven't asked them. Like I've just gone in and like looked at what they had and saw that they didn't have it. But
yeah.
I need to go into a place one time and be like, look, where is your andouille sausage?
Tell me where. Recipe. Yeah. I need goddamn andouille.
Because I'll tell you, I tried to do sausages one year. I don't know if I ever told you this. Did I tell you about sausage stuffing? It was anyway, sausages. I think it was like, goddamn, it was ages ago. It was like before COVID. No, it wasn't before COVID.
Before times.
Yeah, no, it was during COVID because I never would have been insane enough to try this. I tried to make homemade kielbasa because I wanted to bring it for Easter.
Oh, okay, that is definitely that's a pandemic activity for sure.
That's a pandemic activity, yeah. So I wanted to make homemade kielbasa. So I was just like, okay, I've seen people make sausage. I own a meat grinder with a sausage stuffing attachment. Like theoretically, this is within my realm. Like this is a thing that I could possibly do. Yeah. And so I follow the steps. I made the meat. Fucking the farce, as I believe it's known. And boy, what a farce it was. And I made it, and it looked nice and whatever. And then like I got to the actual sausage stuffing portion of it. And I don't know if I just don't know how to set up a machine for stuffing sausages, but boy, did I have a hard time and actually ended up having to take apart and thoroughly clean my meat grinder because I was pushing the farce so hard through the damn thing that it was actually leaking out into the machinery inside. Long story short, I get the sausages filled up, okay, and tied off and whatever, and I go and I set them up on the smoker and I smoke them, and they look gorgeous, Steven. I mean, these look like kielbasas, right? So I do what you do with them, and you throw them in some boiling water, to let them cook and get up the temperature and get all proper and all that. And I was left with what appeared to be a kielbasa. Took a bite in, and I'll tell you, flavor profile, very on point. Tasted almost exactly like a kielbasa. The texture was of like mealy sand meat, and I almost threw up immediately. It was disgusting. The texture was the most disgusting thing. So, of course, I immediately had to, confirm that it wasn't just me, and I had Lauren run over and try it, and I was just like, here, try this fucking thing. And she's like, why? I could hear you retching over there. I'm like, I know, but try it. She's like, oh, God, it's awful. The texture is awful. So, yeah, unsuccessful at the sausage stuffing. I have not tried to make a sausage since. I need to learn more about how to properly do it.
Yeah, probably ground the meat too fine.
I think that the issue is that I think I might have been using the wrong plate to push the sausage meat through afterwards, because you actually are supposed to grind it extremely fine, but I think then after that I was just mushing it or something. I don't know what I was fucking doing wrong, but whatever it was very wrong. It did not work out. It was a bad time. Maybe not fine enough. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah. So how's it going? What have you been up to?
Oh, well, I got a new video card.
Oh, finally.
So that's why I don't know. might have noticed that I've played like every single game in the last month.
I did notice you were playing quite a collection.
Yeah, because graphics ultimately are just window dressing, and so it's like I go to a game and I'm like, ooh, wow, it looks so good now, and then it's like, yep, cool, all right, but I've already played this game, so.
Well, yeah, no, of course. I mean, when you get a new video, you gotta like this. I'm gonna boot up Crisis,
Exactly. Oh.
Gotta boot up Crisis.
I haven't booted up Crisis yet. Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Boot up Crisis real quick. Well, I'm not going to install it during the recording.
No, that's probably for the best.
I will be doing that.
Did you boot up Kingdom Come?
Oh, for God's, yeah, of course. It's interesting because it's like it doesn't really look that much different, honestly.
And it won't run any better. I'll tell you that right away.
Any better? Yeah, exactly. It was like, but it did look ridiculously good. To be honest, it was noticeable how good it looked.
Yeah.
And
Well, so you have what video card did you get?
3060 or whatever.
Oh, okay. It's a solid card.
Nice. It was like, I was like, okay, my video card is like really fucking dying now. Like I can't even pretend like it like works properly. Because like there was like it had a specific problem on like a specific part of the video card, and so like if a game didn't use that particular module of the video card, it worked fine.
Oh, did you have a 970?
980.
980. Okay, yeah, I think they both had the same problem.
Oh,
I can't remember what it was. It was like it was one where it's just like, I mean, sorry if this is not what you're talking about. I was assuming this is what you were talking about. That like one of the cores or something in it was just like straight up not running at the same speed as the rest of it.
Oh no, it was not that.
Okay, that was maybe a problem specifically for the 970 because I had a 970 and it was bad because like they had put, it was like the VRAM in it. It was just like there was like however many blocks of it, and then one of the blocks ran at a lower speed than the rest of the VRAM, and that is not good for performance.
Yeah, no, it was not a performance problem. It was a crashing problem. The video card was like, I had to put it into safe mode to like stop it from crashing my computer.
Okay, yeah, that's not functional.
So, yeah, exactly, yeah. But so it's nice just having a functional video card again because I didn't have one for like a good month or so.
So you didn't feel the need to shell out for like a 4090?
No, fuck that. I don't want to like blow up my computer.
Oh man,
it was like $400.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Like it was like great. Like I will drop that on a video card in a heartbeat. That is a reasonable price for what is a huge jump in performance.
Oh, for you, man, that is an astronomical level of performance increase.
Yeah, playing VR is what I've also been doing.
Yeah, well, I was about to ask you because I saw you playing Fallout 4 VR. Yeah. I mean, that must be like that must be like a game-changing experience.
Yeah. Not as much as I was hoping, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I even got like there's a mod that fixes Fallout 4's like graphics because the graphics are like blurry.
Mm-hmm.
It fixes that, so it looks good. It looks like regular Fallout 4. But it I don't know. It's still the same game ultimately.
Well, how ancient is your processor though? I guess that's the real question.
It's in like an i7. It's pretty ancient. It's as ancient as my video card was.
What is the number of it? Is it i7? Does it start with a
9 something?
Wait, really?
i7 4790K.
Oh my God, Steven. Jesus
4 gigahertz.
That's old as fuck. Holy shit. Okay. I mean, like, because mine is getting on, and I have an 8700.
Oh my God, really? Wow.
Yeah, and like, I'm already probably starting to hit the limit of like CPU performance, and fucking VR is CPU heavy as shit. It sounds like it might be time for you to buy a new motherboard.
Oh God, that means I have to buy a new motherboard though. Yeah
I mean, really, I honestly, like, I wish I had known that. I would have said, hey, time to buy a new computer. Time to just start from the ground up. How much RAM do you have?
I don't know, like 16 something.
Okay, 16, so the standard. All right, that's fine. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's, man, okay, that's... Oh, Lord. Yeah, okay, so that's probably partially your performance issues, is...
I mean, everything runs fine.
Okay, so, I mean, the video... So, like, you're running the VR just fine.
Yeah, it runs at 60.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I mean, yeah, if you throw in a card, I thought what you were saying is that even with the video card, you weren't running so well.
No,
you were just saying it doesn't look that great.
Yeah, well, no, it's the same experience ultimately.
Like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, I have something to tell you then, because like you brought up your graphics as a scam, which probably in 90%
is a harsh word.
You have used that exact term in the past, so I'm just gonna.
Okay, well, sure, then I'll stand by it. Then
you can stand. You don't have to stand by it, but
If I said it in the past, I'm sure I had a justification for it. I'll figure it out as I go.
I mean, you say a lot of things offhandedly, so I have no idea what you have justification for, and what you're just like, you know what, I'm going to be edgy for this one. Yeah. But so graphics are a scam. The one counter example to that, and there's really only one that I can think of at the moment that like really like. Have you played Control?
I have not played it. I've seen it though.
So now that you have a card that can do ray tracing, you should play Control, because I do think in this particular instance, the ray tracing adds an element to the gameplay that would not otherwise have been there. And I'll justify that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Because, not really, I guess the experience, maybe more than, I guess maybe the gameplay. I don't know. You could decide if this is gameplay or if this is just experience. But like, this is the experience that I had in that game. And that would not have been possible without ray tracing in this case. Is, because Control is set, in like a big brutalist like office building, right? There's a lot of glass everywhere, which, I mean, obviously to take advantage of like all the ray tracing funness and all that. But like, it's a game that I feel like really, showcases the ray tracing shit. But, I mean, it's to some degree, it's like a little bit of it's a little survival horror-y. It's like at times you have like limited ammunition, and it's like, it's meant to be like, creepy, like popping around a corner, like, oh shit, there's dudes here. But the thing is, with a card that can do ray tracing, what I found is, and this is an experience that I had several times throughout the game, is I turn a corner and I would see something out of the corner of my eye and think, oh shit, there's a guy and need to shoot at it. Only to see a bunch of glass shatter and realize I had caught my reflection off of like 3 or 4 fucking, like panes of glass in like the office building, and thought it was an enemy. And that couldn't happen without the graphics. It's not like a leap. Like, would you still enjoy the game without it? Of course. But like, there was an element to the experience that was added by having those graphics be there.
Sure. I mean,
so,
okay. Yeah.
It's my one counter example.
I mean, is that really a counter example though? It's like an unintentional, like, I don't know.
So they have to intend it?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't really know where I'm coming from there. Scam is such a harsh word. Just like,
I do agree with you in most cases that the graphics don't really like. It's like, it's gameplay first, graphics second, and oftentimes it's like,
did you ever run into the vending machine mimic?
You're talking in
Control.
In Control?
There are multiple vending machine mimics in Control. Yeah. If I did, I don't remember it. It's a secret thing. It's not something you run into.
Okay, so it's not like something that would be...
Yes.
Okay, I'd have to look out for it.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Then but probably like, not?
Just like, I don't know where I'm going really, but like,
Just Control is a good game and people should play it?
They've kind of like, that thing you are talking about of being like surprised by your reflection, like you could get that same experience from a mechanic they did put in the game that doesn't have anything to do with the graphics. I don't know. That's my counter argument, I guess. Question mark.
Honestly, it was just one of those things that you'd said a long time ago. Like it was like 3 or 4 podcasts. I was just like, wait a second, I have something for this, and I'm not going to let it go until.
There we go. Yeah.
It was so. I brought up Kingdom Come just a second ago because it was also on my mind. I did want to like. We talked about it a bit, right? Like after I played it, I gotta say that game really has some staying power in my brain. I think about that game a lot.
Because I consistently rate it the best game of the year in my mind, of any year. It's like I'll play it once a year, and it's like, oh yeah, this is still the best thing I've played all year, despite every other thing coming out.
It's like when I was first playing it, I was like, oh, okay, this is just like, it's realistic Oblivion, whatever, like realistic Skyrim, fine. It's like, it was, like, and I enjoyed it. But like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, that game rocked. Yeah, dude, it was really, 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 like, I just find myself randomly thinking about like, oh wow, Kingdom Come was really good. And thinking about stuff from the game. And I'm just like, that was really good. They did that. Like,
they did that. Like you could just turn any rock over And it's like, oh wow, they did this. Like, oh, I can walk into the mill and it's like a fully realized gearing system in here. Like, wow.
Yeah, that game. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I just wanted to like mention it's just like, you know, that game really like it made more of an impression on me than I expected it to. It was just kind of one of those games where I was like, I expected to play it and then move on with my life and never really think about it again, and that absolutely did not happen. So, you know, like, I mean, I was just today I was thinking about how fucking cool the like the monastery thing is.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
You know, like, because it's like, I mean, it was just like such a neat feeling, like, and I guess so, like, not minor, there's some spoilers for Kingdom Come. I'll put a spoiler tag, but like, sure. You know, fucking like, because I was thinking about this as like, because when I had finished that quest, it's like I killed the guy and I had opened one of the side doors to the monastery, because I got lockpicks or whatever, sure. And so I was able to do that. And so like, and my horse was there and shit. So I was just like, I killed the guy and I knew where that place was. So I just walked straight to it, you know, got on my horse and like rode off. And I was like, oh, you know what? That was a really badass moment in the game, you know, where it's just like, I'd gone through this whole thing, finally find the guy. And then just like, it's like the end of like a Hitman fucking like mission. It's just like, you know, I fucking escape without anybody knowing it was me, jump on my horse, ride off. It's just like, it felt like layers of planning that I didn't even really realize I was setting up had then been realized in like this fucking, you know, assassination mission. I'm just like, a good game. This is a good game.
Yeah, I cannot wait for them to announce the sequel.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming.
It has been they're taking their time. They haven't even, like, they said they're working on something, but they haven't said what it is yet.
I feel like they've been hinting at it, though. Like, I feel like I've seen things, like, where people have like, shown tweets where they're, like, very clearly, like, the Kingdom Come, it's coming. We're working on it. It's going to happen soon.
They better. It's so good. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Just wandering around. Did you ever go back and play it on hardcore mode?
No, I have no. That is something I know will ruin my fun with the game, so I'm not interested in doing that. But
you don't want to like have to form a complete mental map of like medieval Bohemia and
not particularly
navigate it like extra carefully at all times.
No, we've talked about this, and one of my complaints with the game is like it tries to be Morrowind in that regard, but I don't think is quite up to that snuff. Although I did get lost in Morrowind at least a couple times. But
I would say if you played it a second time, I think you'd find it does justice to Morrowind's like direction system. For the most part. That relies more on my familiarity with the game already, and like I know the places where I would have like fucked up, and like I could just not do that. Whereas like Morrowind, I don't know, it's hard because it's like I don't know to what degree it's just like I didn't really play Morrowind seriously until like my 5th playthrough of it. So maybe it was just like, because like most of the time, you know, I did the same thing you did. I cheated a bunch and fucking blasted through parts of the game without even having to try, until I, you know, finally actually played the game seriously, you know? Yeah. And wasn't it better though when you played it seriously?
Oh, it absolutely was. Yeah. But, you know, I don't know how much familiarity of the game I gained through those times. Or if like, you know, like, I don't know how much of a head start I had mentally on the game because I had played through it cheaty.
I'll tell you right now, for me, my cheaty was limited almost exclusively like Balmora and Vivek, like the cities, right? I didn't even like wander the countryside. So like that like second or third Fighters Guild quests when you go kill the Telvanni agents in front of the mine. Mm-hmm. And he gives you the instructions to get to Caldera, right?
Yep.
I could never figure that fucking shit out. Like, it would baffle me. It still confuses me sometimes to this day when I'll go back and play Morrowind, and it's like, okay, I need to go find the Caldera mines, and it's just like at some point I end up like jumping over the mountains themselves, even though I know I don't have to because I can't find the road. And it's like, I don't know what point I'm trying to make at this point.
No, like, I'm thinking about it, and I think that is one of it's that one, and it's when you have to find the Ash Lander camp.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. That one.
Those two, I feel like they missed a direction in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, like those are the two.
Not perfect either. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Morrowind's not perfect either. I feel like when I got directions in Kingdom Come, it was there. I more often had that experience where I was just like, fuck it, I'll just use the map.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. When you can't use the map, the directions work.
Okay, fair enough. I believe you.
Not that they're not confusing still. Sometimes on purpose.
Yeah. Speaking of games that have taken too long to get a sequel, Armored Core.
Yes, I saw. Yeah, Armored Core 6. What's the subtitle? Like Fires of
Fires of the Rubicon.
Fires of the Rubicon. Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, I mean, like that trailer. I mean, they're always like their trailers are always fucking good. Like, I feel like the cinematics for like Armored Core like always just make me so hyped for Armored Core. But like the fucking like visor thing coming down and like on the AC.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, like it's like, how silly is it? It's like the thing already has cameras. Like, why would it need a visor? But like, I don't care.
Because it was going into overdrive mode, Jason.
Yeah, he went in overdrive mode. Like, it's like
overdrive mode. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I don't know what you're talking about.
I need like night vision goggles on top of the visor. Like, I mean, you know, and I love how Vati Video already has like a 15-minute video breaking down what is approximately like a minute and a half trailer.
I gotta go. I gotta bring that up to watch that after this.
Yo, you do. I mean, like he actually, you know, like as to be expected, you know, he has dug through a bunch of things, and there is enough interesting stuff in there, you know, to warrant a 15-minute video. But I was like, how are you gonna fucking squeeze 15 minutes out of this, buddy? Like, come on.
I am very intrigued by the backpack.
The backpack.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. I mean, I wonder, is there going to be like some like open world scavenging stuff happening?
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be some open world scavenging stuff. Yeah.
I could be into that.
Maybe it might be multiplayer. That'd be fucking cool.
Well, you know what? The thing that I saw that made me the most happy about it was the little Steam logo at the end on the list of platforms that it'll be on.
Oh, I just assumed, I guess. Yeah, I didn't even know there were. Yeah, fuck yeah. Great.
Yeah, it's going to be on computers. It's going to be on the computers.
Of course. They'd be stupid not to.
I mean, but like, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't, considering their track record. I mean, like, now that they've kind of, you know, gotten used to developing for PC, I was pretty hoping for it, but it's like, come on, you gotta fucking give this to me.
Yeah, because I mean, fucking Demon X Machina did not scratch the itch. I'll tell you what.
I didn't play it, but was it good? You said it didn't scratch the itch, but was it worth playing? Oh wow, that bad, eh?
No, it's like it felt like half a game. It felt like I played it and I was like, this is awesome, this is awesome. I love it. This is so good. Oh, wait a second. I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, I thought there was going to be a whole nother, like, you know, it doesn't have like the variety of parts that Armored Core had. Like you get missiles, cannons, but you get like 2 types of every weapon, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not every kind of weapon, and it's just like, you know, you have less cores to work with, and the gameplay itself, it's not Armored Core.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I know. I'm stoked for what seems like a return to form. Like, they're getting away from like the Verdict Day shit. It's just like, yeah, I get it. That was like the roots, and Armored Core used to be like a really slow robot fighter, but like we have Mech Warrior for that. Like, let's like Armored Core. I want to fucking overboost. Like, I have to overboost, otherwise it's not Armored Core.
I do hope Miyazaki shows some restraint. I don't need like 4 answer again. You know what I mean?
But could I get 5 answer? Can you make it any faster?
Yeah, no, I don't want it I don't want it a little slower, just a little bit.
You know, you say that, but mouse and keyboard aiming makes me think I could go a little faster.
No. No. Armored Core 4 answer was silly.
It was silly. It was silly.
You never stopped. You were always going in a circle. It was just 2 people going in circles around each other at full speed the entire time. And it's like, no, thank you. No, stop it. Stop it, Miyazaki. Miyazaki, if you're listening to this somehow, you've like translated it to Japanese and you're listening to me. I know you're not, but if you are, just slow the fuck down a little bit, dude. Just slow the fuck down.
Wait, get ready for it, Steve. Miyazaki-san, yamete kudasai. Yamete kudasai. Yukuri, yamete kudasai. There we go.
Arigato.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. No, he needs to chill the fuck out.
I'm not that worried because he did slow down a little bit with Elden Ring, but like, I hope he can temper himself.
I hope so too.
His need for speed. He should make a fucking racing game. I would pay for that.
He did. You did. It was called Armored Core 4 Answer.
Armored Core 4 Answer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You already bought it.
Yeah, it was very fast.
It was very fast. It was like Sonic. He should make a Sonic game.
It was like a Sonic game, honestly.
It really was. Honestly, okay, here's hot take. Armored Core 4 Answer was the best 3D Sonic game ever made.
Sonic game ever made, yeah. How fast? We actually need to strap a whole nother booster onto the back of you for this mission because you're not going fast enough.
Yeah, not only do you have boost and overboost, but we also need a fucking like literal jetpack to propel you through the sky.
Yeah.
There've also been.
What else is on your little list?
I was gonna say there's also been some other video game updates, namely Dwarf Fortress.
Yep.
Has released. I don't have a lot to say about it other than it has, and if anybody has not played the Dwarf Fortress and has even a passing interest, the new GUI and graphics and quality of life updates are out for the Steam, and my God, like it looks fucking fantastic. Like I'm considering playing Dwarf Fortress again because like the first time I played it was really fun, but like I just found it impenetrable even with multitudes of tutorials and the fucking lazy noob pack installed. So like, you know, I could really go for like an even more streamlined and like, oh wow, you can like use WASD to move around instead of like fucking, you know, whatever crazy keys they had decided on. Like,
you still can't do that.
You can.
Wait, what? You can't. But your dwarves are not.
No, but like to move the screen around. Like WASD to move the screen around, control mouse wheel to zoom, you know, like normal shit like a person would do.
What, you don't know how to build a bed by going, what is it? BEB?
Yeah, you got to go 12 menus deep to like build a bed, you know?
No, it's only 3 menus. I just did it. BEB. I think that's how you build the bed.
Yeah, that's how you spell it too. Beb.
Oh, it might be BFB because it's build furniture bed. Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah. So yeah, Dwarf Fortress. Very excited about that. Very happy that they've managed
it looks
to
good.
release
I
that.
watched the stream. I've been actually playing RimWorld too, so I feel like I have an even better grasp on Dwarf Fortress's core mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
RimWorld is essentially just Dwarf Fortress with training wheels on it.
So yes, so you've described to me.
Yeah.
And then the Coliseum update to Elden Ring. We knew it was coming. Have you? Is it out yet?
Yeah, it was out the day after they announced it.
Oh, that's right. It was. Have you? And I think I saw you were on Elden Ring.
I played. Yeah, I've played a little bit.
How is it?
It's good. It's very good.
All right.
Yeah, especially the new the mode where you can use your phantom.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Chaotic and very fun. All the other modes are kind of like, yeah, we've done it before, but that one's new and that one's fun.
All right, I should give that a shot. I feel like that would be fun for me.
It is. It's very fun, especially like doing like a three person free for all, and everyone has their own summon. That's fun.
Nice.
And it probably means DLC's coming too.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I just heard something from Miyazaki said that they're working on a bunch of stuff for Elden Ring. So yes. I mean, it is all but confirmed. You know, I was actually thinking about it the other day. Like, I mean, you know, with like how like massive Elden Ring was, I was thinking about the Haligtree section, and I was like, Jesus, like even that like could have been just a DLC, and that was just in the base game. You know, like Melania feels like a DLC boss.
Yes, she does. Yeah, 100%.
So you know, I can only imagine what kind of absolute bullshit we're gonna have to deal with in the DLC.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I may have to make a new character and like actually go strength so that I can carry my own.
Strength is so good.
It is good. Unga bunga.
Yep.
So I don't know if you heard this. This is going to be apropos for a future podcast, I'm sure. Did you hear the news on The Witcher show on Netflix?
What specifically, that like Henry Cavill's leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
That's. I mean, way to fuck it up. You know, like, I mean, you know, he's like the biggest fucking super fan of like of the Witcher series, and like he's so upset with the fucking like show direction that he was just like, I can't keep making this. So like I can only imagine what the season after next season is going to be like if like, you know, that's how bad he was about it. I don't know, you know, I'm not
Yeah, I mean, season 1 was so good, and he is so good as Geralt. It is sad, but I don't know. You know, I'm glad he stood up and said no, at least.
Yeah,
I'd rather not get it than get a shitty one.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're still going to get it. We're just going to get...
Do you think they'll go for another season after he leaves?
They've already hired another actor.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear that part. Okay,
No,
yeah, they've already
I didn't hear
hired, what is it, Liam Hemsworth
Oh, I did hear that. I thought that was a joke.
No, that's real. They've hired budget, but they've hired Budget Hemsworth.
Hired Liam Hemsworth. Wait a second, Liam. No,
Liam, not Chris Hemsworth.
No,
Liam,
not Liam.
Liam.
No.
Yeah, Liam Hemsworth.
No. Why? No. Oh boy. Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, thankfully
rough.
though, it's like it's one of those shows where like the plot already exists, you know, in the books. So it's like doesn't matter. Like
it doesn't matter. And like, you know what? Maybe it'll even be watchable as just a show, you know. But like, I don't know. We'll see.
You can always just watch season 1 again.
Yeah, season 1 was amazing.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since it came out. I don't think so. I'll use a rewatch. Did you watch that new show on Netflix, 1889?
I am still crawling out of a very deep anime hole.
You can do both.
Which I'm watching. Here's the thing. This is what. Okay, I will. Right. I will sure, finally watch Sandman like you told me to. Yeah, I will watch.
I can never complain about you not watching something.
Also true. But what happens is every time we have to watch something and it's like, oh God, they're speaking English and there's no subtitles. I can't eat snacks. Like,
what do you mean there's no subtitles? Where are you watching stuff that there's no subtitles?
Oh, no, on Netflix when it's, you
just put subtitles on.
I know you could put subtitles on, but that's it's like I'm not going to put subtitles on for a show that
because you refuse to put. Okay, yeah, okay, whatever, yeah, sure.
I also just enjoy watching anime.
Problems. Yeah, I mean, anime's great. I like watching anime.
I enjoy watching it, but it's just like, yes. I mean, I realize I could just put subtitles on, but like,
yeah, I always put subtitles on for everything. So
yeah, but I mean, like, what's the point, Steven? You're never looking at the screen.
I look at the screen sometimes.
I love how you barely tried to defend yourself there.
When loud noises happen, I look over to see what's going on. That's, and I watch stuff generally that is good enough to follow the plot, so it's fine.
God, you and Lauren, it's the same way. It's like Lauren's like, oh yeah, I watched that show. I'm like, okay, so basically what you're trying to tell me is you haven't watched that show. We could watch it. It's like, oh, I don't remember this happening. It's like, because you weren't watching the screen for like 90% of the time.
It's great. It makes things so rewatchable.
You catch different parts of the show.
You can just catch wholly things you didn't even realize were in the show in the first place. Like, oh, wow. Okay, that explains
so anyway, 1884. Cool. This is the show.
1889, I think.
1889, yeah. Netflix. And this is about what now?
It's just like a mystery.
Oh, I think I saw something on this. This does look cool.
Multilingual German epic period mystery science fiction series. Okay.
So you're trying to say that it has subtitles so I can watch it.
Yeah, it's great. It's really great. Highly recommend it.
This looks very similar, like in appearance to like Dark.
Just I'm about to say, yeah, it's dark, but like with a plot that like moves forward at a good clip.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm dropping some shade there. I know.
I mean, okay, Dark did drag a little bit. I enjoyed Dark, but it did. I will admit that it did. It did
a little bit. Try constant. All the time, never not dragging, except for the last 5 minutes of every episode. It was at the height. I don't know. It wasn't a Netflix show, I guess technically, but like it was at the height of that problem.
God, it's salty right now. It tastes salty.
I know, real salty. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Well, this one doesn't have that problem because it's a miniseries and it moved.
Okay. Yeah. No, I will. 1889. I will add it to the list.
1899. I guess. I'm sorry. I'm told 1890.
It's okay. I found the right one. The 18 something Netflix. Yes. It's on the list after like Sandman and like a million other things.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Jesus, Murphy. Yeah. No. We watched a bunch of shit, but like the highlight reel we did. Oh, by the way, I will say this. We did actually watch that Goblin Slayer show, the one that you quit after like the first episode.
Yeah.
It was absolutely like, you don't need to watch if you didn't like the first episode because it was just like over the top, like ridiculous and over edgy. Like it doesn't get any better. Yeah, so like you didn't miss anything. It was a good show, but like, yeah, it was like,
sure. Yeah. I've been there, done that at this point with anime.
Yes.
I'm tired of it.
Yes. But we did watch Another, which I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Another.
Another was great. So I was very happy with that.
He goes back in time, detective?
No. Another is the one where like there's like a kid that died and like they all pretended that they didn't exist and it caused like people in their class to like die like from like horrible accidents. Like they basically get like fucking Final Destination.
Wow. I feel like I have seen this, and yet for some reason I can't remember any of it. Maybe I haven't.
Wow. I wonder why that might be, Steven. Maybe for the aforementioned not looking at the screen for 90% of the show.
No, never mind.
Oh, you legitimately have not watched that. Okay.
I've never seen this. No, I don't. No, nope.
Yeah. Okay. That's one to put on the list. That was a really good one.
What? Okay. Yeah. That's weird then. What the heck?
You're thinking of? Oh shit! What is the name of that show? I know what you're talking about.
Another. It's on my list. Wait a second. Good. Another. Right.
Wait.
There.
Is it also called Another?
Is there another?
There might be, because I know which one you're talking about. Is that also called Another? It's called Erased.
Oh, Erased. Yes, but this is Another. I have this on my list. I must have seen it, and I just don't remember it at all.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, but I mean, this would have been like 10 years ago, probably, right? When did this come out? 2012. Yes, so literally 10 years ago, I probably watched this. So that's why I don't remember. But apparently, I thought it was good though, because it's right here on my list.
It's a good one. It's a really good anime.
It's good. It's not very good or best, but it is good apparently.
Oh, okay.
That's what my list says. So I gotta trust it.
We are also currently watching and have not finished SSSS Gridman.
Oh, I've heard of that.
That rules.
It's really good, right? Yeah.
That rules. I like, it's funny because it's like, it's been sitting on the list and like people are like, it's Power Rangers, but like, it's really good. Just watch it. And I was like, okay, like I will, but like, I kept putting it off. And then and then like, I was like, hey, let's watch this, Laura. And she's like, well, what's it like? I'm like, well, it's apparently like Power Rangers. She's like, I'm like, but everybody says it's good. Just like, we'll watch it. And she's like, okay. And then we watched it. And it's like, oh, fuck, it's good. It's very good.
I think I watched the first episode of this show and a long time ago, and I never finished it.
Yeah. So I will let you know if it finishes out good, but like it ruled.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
And then I just remembered one more, and this is the last one. But what is it called? If I can remember it, because I didn't put it on my list. Have you watched Grimgar?
Grimgar. No, another one I've heard of though, for sure. Grimgar Fantasy and Ash. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one where they're incompetent, right?
Yeah, it's an isekai, but like
they're actual people.
Yeah, like if it was like what it would actually be like. Yeah. And like it's honestly like it's a little fan servicey at times, but it is also really good. So like I'm like, okay, fine, I'll let that slide.
Yes, I've definitely seen some of this, but I never finished. I'll give it another chance.
Yeah, I think it was worth watching. I hope. I don't think they're gonna make more, but I would like them to make more. It would be nice if they did.
It looks like there's a bunch of books.
Yeah, I need. Sometimes I feel like I need to like get into manga so that I can like finish some of these series that like the animes will never come out. I know. This is back to me and like reading. I'm a troglodyte, and it's very. I have a hard time finishing books. So
they're picture books though.
I know. Yeah. I feel like the fucking ogre. And
some of those pictures don't even have words attached to them. They're just the pictures.
That's what I need. I just need a picture book.
Yeah. Just read Berserk. Seriously, it's mostly just giant 2-page beautiful spreads.
Yeah, I feel like Berserk is one of those ones that like I think there's like one anime that's good, and like I can't find it anywhere. So it's like if I want to like know anything about Berserk, I feel like I kind of have to like read it.
You should read it. You don't watch. I mean, the original anime is good. The one that's like half not animated.
It needs to be watched to be. And it needs to be read to be appreciated.
I think it needs to be read to be appreciated fully, yeah. Because the art is really good.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I watched that new Netflix movie was good. Whatever the heck it's called.
All Quiet on the Western Front?
No, I haven't watched that. Although that sounds good.
It does. I do actually want to watch that because I did find that book to be really good when we were like forced to read it. I was like, that was one of those books where like we were forced to read it, and then I was like, I don't feel like I'm being forced anymore. This is a good book.
That's always good. Yeah. No, a Bullet Train.
Oh, I don't think I even heard of this.
Bullet Train. It's a fun. You liked Glass Knives, right, or whatever.
I actually haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, no, but what was the sequel? What was the movie that spawned that?
Knives Out.
Knives Out. Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I want to see it, but I haven't.
It's kind of Knives Out on a train-esque in that it's kind of like a what's going on, twisty kind of movie.
Okay, you know, if you said that, for some reason I was thinking Knives Out was on a train, but no, I was thinking. I'm thinking of the remake of Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh yes, okay, yeah. But it's one of the. It's cool. It's good. I think you'd like it.
Okay, fair enough. Bullet Train.
Yeah, and then what?
I mean,
what
it looks
the last
absolutely
thing?
up my alley. Yeah. No, the last thing, as you know, and I recently became a professional musician by accident.
Congratulations! Yeah.
Thank you. So, and I'll put a link to it, but I released you know, a black metal album. I actually had released my one demo previously, but I actually sat down and fully released a black metal album. I did it. And then somebody bought it for $7. And then subsequently 2 other people bought it for $4 and $3. Thus making me a professional musician.
14 fucking, that's a goddamn, you know, that's a sandwich.
That's a sandwich. And then somebody actually, some crazy bastard, thank you very much, bought my demo for $1. So they saw that and were literally like, I'd buy that for $1, and then did. Mm-hmm. So that's, I now have $15, Steven. Wow. I could get a fucking, you know, I could get a decent sandwich for that.
That's a darn decent sandwich.
Maybe not at Panera, but like, you know, maybe somewhere else where they sell sandwiches for reasonable prices.
You don't have cookout up there, do you?
I don't know.
Oh, I just had a cookout tray. Ooh, nice to have West Burger, some onion rings, hush puppies, big old Coke. $9.
I do miss me some cookout.
Ooh,
I won't lie to you.
So good. Mm-mm. Anyway,
so as a result of that, I did have 2 new songs.
Nice.
If you'd like to have a little quick listen, and that'll be
both black metal.
Yeah, these are both black metal. I know that. You know what you got to do? You got to let
my great black metal ear is really going to be able to discern these songs well.
Yes. No, I know. You got to get Mason to listen to this and let me know.
I assume Mason does listen to your stuff.
Okay. If he hasn't listened to it, you need to let him know. Be like, dude, you got to listen.
I think he still listens to the podcast. So
you got to get him on the show.
Yeah, I actually, we do need to get him on the show. 100% we do.
We need to like
organize that with him.
Yeah, you need to get him. We need to get him like a proper mic, or just have him talk while you're. Just
he
have
works
him come
nights
in.
now though, so it's going to be hard to like figure out a good.
Yeah, that's tricky. So it's Endless Winter, track number 3, and Void are the 2 tracks you have not yet heard.
Okay, listening now. Yeah, that was good. I'm trying to find it. There was one part. Is it this? There was like an almost like bassy undertone going on there around like I guess like 130. 130?
Let me listen.
Is that it? Yeah.
I mean, there is bass, so
yeah. Is that what it was?
Or are you talking at?
I'm trying to figure out what it was. There was one. I was like halfway through the song. There was one part. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I like that he's doing that there. Oh, here we go. No, never mind. It's like 205.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah.
205.
Yeah, it's that. It's that like in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love, although that being said, like around, I guess it was around 130. Like that riff, that do.
Yeah, I like that as well. Yeah.
I mean, you saw that went on for a while because I was just like, I really like playing this riff. I was just like, that's the riff. That's the riff for this song. It fucking rules. Nice.
Yeah, and then what's the other one?
Void, track number 5. Void.
Yeah, I like the drum work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially around like 120. Yeah, it's nice. It's good. Like it's kind of like almost feels. I mean, it still feels black metal-y, but almost kind of like a little rocky too.
Yeah,
sure, it's good. It's, it's black metal still.
Yes, I know, not 100% up your alley or anything.
Well, it's not my alley. It's just I find it all very samey. Yeah. Yes. That is a good black metal song that sounds like a lot of other black metal songs I've heard.
It's fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, I definitely lean much more into like the ambient on that one though.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. The droning guitar and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and drone is the right word because it literally is the same chord the whole time.
Oh, really?
It's just one chord. Yeah. I was like, yep, that sounds good. Like this song, honestly and truly, came together in about 30 minutes to an hour. Like I was like, I need one more song for the album. And then I started playing this one thing and I was just like, wait a second. Then I add some bass to it. And I was like, wait a second. Then I add some guitar to it. I was like, wait a second. Then I like just did the same fucking vocal line over and over and over and over again. And I was like, oh, this rules. And then like, that was it. That was the whole song. And it's like one of my favorite songs on the album. Just that's it. Fucking just make it sound drony and cool and ambient and black metal-y and make it sound fucking far away and reverby. That's all you need to do.
That's black metal.
What do you think of the album cover?
Let me get it back up. I don't know. Looks good, I guess.
Like black metal.
I don't know, man. The burning the dead for power at the bottom, shouldn't that also be in like unreadable script? I don't know. Is that how black metal albums
You're right.
look?
I know it's too produced. You could read things.
You can read it. I mean, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually it's the band name that's completely unreadable. And honestly and truly, I have a pretty readable script, all things considered.
You do. It's very readable.
Yeah. I'm not true Cavolt like the kids.
Just like throw some dirt on it.
Yeah. You know, when you're right, you're right, Steven. When you're right, you're right. Yeah. So yeah, fucking black metal album. I did it. Yeah. I made thank you. I need a fucking break from making music so I have time to do other things.
The number one selling black metal album artist this year out of Windsor, Ontario.
That might actually be true.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It might also not be true.
It might also not be very true. Yeah.
We don't know. I'm pretty sure that it is, but although that being said, you know, like at least on Bandcamp, right? I was like near the top of like Canadian black metal. So
let's see here. Oh, nope. Let's see here. That Canadian black metal band is not alive anymore. You know, I think you might be the number one black metal band in Windsor, Ontario.
It would not surprise me.
Yeah. Put that on your site.
That's on my resume right there.
Yeah, right. Number one black metal artist in Windsor.
Yes. Number one live black metal
artist. Yeah. Professional.
Professional black metal artist that isn't dead.
Yeah. That's important because there was a better one that did die.
Emphasis on better. They were better, but they did die. So now you're the number one live one. Oh shit. All right. So shall we move on to the main topic?
Yes, the bounding of Earth.
Oh my God, this has been a long time coming, but I feel like we need to talk about this eventually. And it'll make the Christmas music that I always play very apropos, which you don't remember what it is because I don't think you've ever listened to the podcast, let alone the Christmas episode.
No idea.
It's the Winter's theme. I use the Winter's theme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I always switch it up to the Winter's theme from Earthbound, which is, if anybody's wondering, that's what it's from. It's the Winter's theme. So yeah, because I was like, okay, I got to do something for the Christmas episode, Winter's theme. But yeah, all right, okay, this is going to be it's always interesting when we do these things where it's like we both like a thing. I always wonder, it's like, are we just going to talk at length about this thing and gush on it, which fine, or is this just going to be horrendously short? We're going to find out, but I'll at least preface it because I think I have the earliest bit into Earthbound of the two of us. Like I think
you and Dad played it first.
Well,
that's what you're saying.
Even earlier than that. So this all began, and for those who are younger than us by not even really that much, there was this thing called Blockbuster. Okay. And you could rent video games there as well as movies and other things. And one time I rented a game called Earthbound. And before that point, I had played, some games, like I'd played shit on the computer and I'd played, Mario games and stuff like that. But I didn't even know an RPG was a thing that existed, or anything about it. I rented this fucking game called Earthbound and I booted up and somebody had already made a save. And so I guess I just loaded that up for some reason instead of starting from the beginning. Cause when you rent something from Blockbuster, sometimes you're like, well, maybe they've gotten farther than me so I can actually play the fun parts. Booted it up and had absolutely zero idea what in the fuck was going on. I understood nothing and I was just like, I don't know what's going on here. So, and I think the person whose save I loaded had gotten to a point in the game where they'd already gone through the first section of it, because I don't remember there being any enemies either. I was just walking around, won it, clicking buttons.
Beaten the game?
I think they might have beaten the game because there was nothing going on. So I was just I don't know what's happening. So anyway, very confused about this game, but it was cool as shit because it was you could walk around anywhere. There was a town and I was just what is this? I was my little tiny child brain was just couldn't, I was oh God. I was just I don't know what's happening, but I want to know. So long story short, I begged for this game And for those of you who are not, I believe this game was one of the more expensive ones at the time because it came with the strategy guide. It came in a giant fucking box, and so I eventually got it. And so me and my dad played through the entire game like over the course of several months because we sucked at it and we had no idea what we were doing, and it just took ages for us to finish. But holy shit, that game, Earthbound has been probably one of, and I'm sure I'm not alone on this considering the many like fucking, indie titles that it spawned, and we'll talk about that as we go through, but like huge impression on me as a kid of just like, and really I think shaped a lot of like how I judge and experience video games to this point. And then for you, Steven, you picked it up afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. Although I don't remember much of your guys' playing it.
Yeah, because you were pretty young.
Yeah, I don't really nothing at all, right? Like, I just remember, honestly, all I remember of Earthbound, the very first time playing Earthbound, is I think I loaded up maybe one of your guys' saves.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yep.
And I just farmed in Gygas.
Yes.
I don't know. I think, weren't you at camp or something?
That could have been.
You weren't around, and so I decided to take it upon myself to like farm on your character.
Yes, as you really have done many times in the past, or at least 2 times.
Yeah, well, that and Gran Turismo.
Yeah, that's the other one I was thinking of. Yeah, I mean, it was pattern of behavior there.
I know I can't go farther or do anything, but like as long as I don't use up any resources, if I could I'm just gonna fight. And I just went back. I don't know. I guess I'm just weird. But that satisfied young me very much so.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I remember you fucking,
I got to level 99.
You got to level 99.
Yeah. Fucking maxed it. I've never done anything like that. I don't like farming in games as an adult.
Well, you got that out early,
I guess I did, yeah.
You ran the walls on the test track with the Suzuki Escudo for 14 hours and got me like, $200 billion. Yeah. So like you did your farming.
I do for Gran Turismo, I do remember like I had a narrative for that one at least.
Oh yeah, you had like an idea in your head of like
it was like, oh man, look how amazing this guy is. Oh wow. Oh, I was like the announcer, right? Like, oh, and he's lapped on them again. Oh my god. His driving skill knows no bounds, right? So like I understand the Gran Turismo one at least, but the Earthbound one, I had no fucking idea what was going through my mind, honestly, when I was doing that. That is as blank to me as if I was like, a stranger looking in from a window.
Well, and it was amazing too, because I know how you did it. From what I recall, is like, didn't you basically like, because you like the thing would heal you.
Yeah, I stood next to the thing that would heal you, and I went and I fought one enemy encounter, used up all this, just used all the strongest attack, so it took no time at all. Went back, healed up, walked back over, attacked him.
Yeah.
I just did that for days.
You're nothing if not consistent. You're nothing if not consistent.
God. Oh my god. Yeah. And it was a long time until I played that game for real, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't remember, because I can't even remember when shit, it must have been ages later when you actually played it for real for the first time.
Yeah, I don't even know if I played it. I definitely did play it on the console.
Yes.
At least twice.
Yeah, in fact, you might have even played it more than me, because I have played it all of 2 times.
Yes, I think I have played it also 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, I've started playthroughs of it and gotten to a certain point and been like, okay, I'm done. Yeah. Usually after Paula.
Yeah, to a certain degree, when you know what's ahead of you, it's just like, well, do I want to do this right now? Or
okay, that was fun. I've gotten 2 towns. It's like, now do I want to spend the next 60 hours? It doesn't really take that long. It takes like 20 hours.
Well, yeah. I mean, it could take months.
If you guys months, yeah.
So, I mean, I thought that the first boss of the game, Frank, was the hardest boss of any game ever, because I didn't realize you could equip a weapon. So I punched him to death. And that was painful. My second playthrough of that game, when I, knowing everything that I know about how RPGs work and, having that in the rearview mirror, like I equipped a baseball bat, the most basic of weapons. I think I might have even equipped a better weapon than that, and beat him in like 4 hits. And I was like, oh my God, this was like the most grindy, horrible thing that I had to do the first time. I thought that was like, oh, I didn't realize. Like,
it's so easy.
So easy. It took no effort at all. I breezed through the game the second time, knowing everything that I know now. But
some burgers?
Yeah, oh my. Well, I mean, that was the thing. I filled my inventory with hamburgers so like I could eat and then punch. Eat and punch. Those were my moves.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, so painful. I don't even know when we realized we could equip a weapon. We must have realized it at some point, because I know we didn't go through the whole game beating things to death with our fists. But like
yeah, no way, yeah.
Yeah. Never occurred to us that like we could have done something better there. But yes, so Earthbound. Yeah, first RPG, which I think is a weird one for, to have as your first RPG, because obviously, I guess for those who are unfamiliar, and maybe we should back up because
we've gone pretty deep already.
I know. There's going to be many people who have absolutely no idea anything about this game. First of all, if you have absolutely no idea about this game, you should play it. It's really good. I mean, it's old now, but like, I think in a lot of ways, I'm going to argue over the next 30 to 45 minutes to an hour that this game holds up and that it's worth playing and that it's important. But like, it's a RPG that isn't set in the traditional, like, fantasy world, which is not something new now, but then kind of was.
I mean, neither of us are big Final Fantasy players, right? And so, like, I'm gonna go ahead and say we probably shouldn't make any sweeping generalization about what was or was not present, because, like, I know Final Fantasy. There's people in my house who are like, yeah, Final Fantasy is just a traditional fantasy setting. They would like be very angry with that description of Final Fantasy, any of the game.
I no, okay, yeah, but Final Fantasy
Earthbound is weird because it takes place in America.
Yeah, okay, that's maybe a better description. Because like, it's not so much that it was set in like a city versus a fantasy world, because yeah, you're right. Final Fantasy, I mean, has like mechs and shit.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, but Final Fantasy has magic and it has monsters. Whereas Earthbound is set in, like suburban America and has psychic powers and like, people are being like mind controlled and stuff like that, or like, other things like that. There's no like,
instead of fighting wolves, you fight dogs. You fight stray dogs. That's the difference.
And signposts.
Exactly.
And the very concept of chaos itself.
There's no magic.
Yes.
There's only psychic power.
Yes. And in that way, I think that it differentiated itself in a way that if it was done before that, it wasn't done in a game that became quite as popular, or at least in certain areas became popular. Yeah. I know it certainly didn't make its way.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah. But even that said, I think that the thing that makes Earthbound so interesting is its tone as a game. And I'm going to just set that up as my general thesis for this, because I think that some of the games that I have enjoyed the most in my life since Earthbound have had a similar, or actually, I won't even say games, media in general that has the same type of tone that Earthbound has. I think I really gravitate towards. I think I really enjoy something about the absurdity mixed with like the gravity that Earthbound pulls off in a way that is hard, I think.
Give me some examples of games you think that have Earthbound's tone.
Sure. Disco Elysium.
Okay.
Oh God, I had more of these.
I need more. I need at least one more.
You need at least one more. Hang on.
At least one more to give myself some sort of.
Yes. Hang on. I thought of more than this, and then my mind immediately went.
No, I didn't think I was going to be challenging you here.
Oh, you're killing me.
You were so confident. You were like, yeah, man, its tone is so similar to all these other games. Like, oh, great. Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, Undertale.
Really? Those are the only two examples you can think of?
You asked for two. I'll keep going.
It's just like, it's like you chose like one game that's explicitly a sequel, essentially, to Earthbound in tone. So it's like, yes, Earthbound is similar to Earthbound in tone. And it's like Disco Elysium, I guess you're right. But it's like,
well, how would you know?
Disco Elysium have all the tones?
I mean,
because I haven't played it doesn't mean I have not experienced parts of Disco Elysium. I've seen many playthroughs.
You have seen parts of Disco Elysium, yes.
And it's just
I will also make an argument during this that there is a difference between playing a game and watching it, but
Sure, but like I'm aware of like the like literal dialogue that takes place in Disco Elysium, right? Like I don't need to be at the keyboard to know what tone the game is.
Because I mean, like it's not often that this comes up, right? Like this
It's
is
like
something.
I I guess I'm trying to pin down what you even like. What is Earthbound's tone? Like that's such a like big question.
I mean, honestly and truly, there's moments of just kind of like non sequitur absurdity combined with like moments of like, you know, very like serious, like, oh, okay, like this is the thing, you know, like pulling like the funny mask away for a second and be like, okay, but like we're talking about something now.
It's like I don't know. It's like Earthbound's tone is so complete. It covers almost every part of the emotional spectrum that it's like.
Well, that's the thing though, is just like I feel like that's hard to do without it being bad. You know what I mean? Like
well, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like Earthbound's tone is almost just like the tone of every truly great. I don't. It's like I think of like the coffee scene, right? And then I think of like fighting, you know, Titanic Ant or like the fucking floppies, and then like, you know, Gygus and the Kraken, right? And it's like what is the thing that links like tonally all of those things together? It's like, is there like what is it like? I'm trying to suss it out for myself, I guess, right now, more than anything. Like, what is the tone of Earthbound? Like, good? It's like, is its tone that it's like good? Like, what else does that? Like, I feel like there are like movies that hit that kind of tone, like Coen brother film.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, yeah, and it's more like movies and television that I feel like has that.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's just like, you know, I hate to do this because I feel like I bring up this argument a lot, but it's one of those just like, you know, it's those complete life things. It's Mind Game. It's Coen Brothers, right? It's like the tone is reality in a way.
Mind Game. That's what it reminds me of.
Yes.
Mind Game is what it reminds me of.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Okay. No, you are. That hits the nail on the fucking head, which is again why because it's like, I mean, and Mind Game has that. It's like these, you know, I had this concept kind of like spelled out to me by an English teacher a long time ago, and I don't even know if this explanation was bullshit, but it really did at least put the concept very nicely in my mind. And I think it's a good, even if what they said of like literally what it means is not true, I think that the concept is nice. Is they're like, comic relief isn't relief as in, oh, I'm relieved. It's relief as in a relief map, in that the comedy part of it is like a higher peak from which to dive into a deeper valley. You know, that like having the funniness of it makes the sad parts, or the, you know, the sad parts more sad and the serious parts more serious.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. It has a emotionally contrasting.
Yes, like
tone.
Like fucking what's the movie? Requiem for a Dream is like,
oh God,
is brutal as a movie,
don't make
and
me
it's
think about that
mostly
movie.
just brutal. Although that being said, like the fact that there are moments where they're starting to like get somewhere only to like fall completely. I guess spoilers for Requiem for a Dream, sorry. Like
Don't watch
make
Requiem
that
for a
movie all the more crushing in a way that something like The Road is not. Because like The Road is fucking depressing, but it's like the whole thing is depressing. Like you're just they drop you in a vat of bodies and they just leave you there, and it's like, yeah, it sucks, but like I never thought that I could get anywhere better than this. Like I thought that this was just gonna suck the whole time, and it did, you know. Whereas like, and that's what Earthbound I think does so well, is like you have those like weird moments where you're fighting a signpost and like everything's insane, and then you have just like the fucking chill out coffee scene like you were talking about, where like, you know, there's just like this, like it's just like it's bizarre, and like the juxtaposition of those two things doesn't, like, it's like, why is this scene in here? But like it feels so perfect. It's like you're at a certain point in your journey and you just sit down and have coffee with like these weird fucking guys, and it's just like the most perfect scene in video games. It's like, I did really need this cup of coffee right now.
Almost always makes me cry, the coffee.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty good. That's a good way to describe Earthbound's tone.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm like that's the thing is like every time I find a game that has a tone like Earthbound's, and it's rare, right? Like, there's not a lot. I mean, I had trouble naming two, okay, and the third one that I was going to name was Earthbound 2. So like,
I would say Kingdom Come Deliverance, to go back to our. I would say it has that tone. It certainly tries to have that tone, even if it doesn't succeed for you personally.
No, I'm not going to. Here's the thing. I don't think Kingdom Come Deliverance is absurd enough to do that, but I don't think that you're totally off base. Like, I think that it's got the moments of levity combined with the moments.
Is more grounded.
It's more grounded, and like the absurdity of like, one of the things I'll compare it to, right? And I know you haven't seen it yet, but maybe this is just another one of like, you need to see this, is Odd Taxi.
Yeah, I've not watched it yet. It's definitely on my list.
I know it's on your list, but like, it's just like the fact that they're animals, just to start out with, already makes it like, just, it gives it an extra little bit of like, just the weird, and having something about having the weird combined with like the very like normal problems of the world, like it's like combining the absurd and the mundane. Maybe that's what it is, It's not, because it's not just like, the levity and the seriousness. It's the levity and the seriousness combined with the absurdity and the mundane, and all of that contrast. And I'm doing lots of hand motions that you can't see, but all of that contrast, I think, is what makes Earthbound work so well. Like, it always surprises me, even though I've played the game now, but like the first time I played through, I was just like, what is happening? This is like, if you described it to somebody, they wouldn't get it. But if you play it, you would be like, oh, I see.
Yeah. It's hard, being that we've both played it.
I know.
So I can't help but agree with you, I guess. But at the same time, it's like Earthbound's visuals, and it's like, I don't know, like, you know where I am on this. Like, does the playing really add that much to the experience of Earthbound? Like, sure, yes, I guess.
So,
but like, I don't know.
So let's back up on that a little bit. And the reason why is because I want to ask you. So I mean, like, because I like Earthbound because of the story. Like that, like from a gameplay perspective, like Earthbound is a good turn-based RPG as turn-based RPGs go. Yeah. Like it has turn-based RPG combat, and that's, it's not my favorite genre, but like it does it.
Yeah.
It does it,
Yep.
So I certainly don't enjoy Earthbound for the gameplay aspects of it necessarily. Like they're fine, but like I'm not like, oh man, I really want to play Earthbound. It's more I want to experience Earthbound. And are you in the same boat as that? It's the story.
I haven't played. Well, I wouldn't say it's just the story. Like, I like watching it and
the world as well.
Yeah. To it. Yeah. So like, I'll watch speedrun.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, I'll watch someone do speedrun attempts of the game, because then I can see a lot of it and hear a lot of it and see a lot of it without really having to, do the drudgery of RPG turn-based combat, which sucks.
And did you play Undertale?
Nope.
You didn't play Undertale. See, okay, this is the interesting thing. This is like, I feel like, and that's you. So you like Earthbound, but like you don't feel the need to find other games similar. Is what?
Oh God, I would never want to. No.
It's so interesting to me.
No, thank you. No.
Why is
Earthbound's good. I don't know. I just like, I can't bring myself to replay Earthbound really at this point. Right? You know what I mean? Because like the thought of spending even 30 hours of my time playing a turn-based RPG, I don't know, like doesn't interest me anymore. I guess, for whatever reason.
Why not Undertale then? Just you never got around to it? Because Undertale isn't like, really a turn-based RPG. I mean, it is first, on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just like, at first it was like, oh, here's this like weird game that everyone's saying is like an Earthbound like spiritual successor. And, I take affront to that notion looking at it. And so like I didn't play it for a little bit because of that. And then like by the time I like maybe would have played it, I'd already heard and seen so much of it, right? Like it was a huge internet thing, right?
Oh yeah, no, it was massive.
I did not escape even a single portion of someone talking about or showing or describing or like, YouTube videos casually being like, oh yeah, like it's like this part in, Undertale where blah, 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 blah. And it's like, like, okay, well, I know about that part in Undertale now. And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to play like a rhythm game in a turn-based RPG. Or like a bunch of I don't like playing minigame games. You know, I never played the Yakuza games, right? That's what those are.
Yeah.
I like my games to be a complete world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I like a package. And like when I used to play Earthbound, it felt like that because I didn't know what the genre was.
Yeah.
But it's like it's too late now. You know, the Pandora's box has been opened. I have eaten the apple of knowledge. And like I don't want to play any more turn-based RPG. I want to play immersive sims, grand strategy games, you know, and that's pretty much it actually.
Okay. Because you see, okay. And that's the thing, is it's like, so I feel like it's the gameplay aspect of it that you are really hung up on. It's just like, I don't,
oh God, no. Yeah, I couldn't, yeah. I will, and that's why I like watching it, because I don't have to do the thing I don't like about it.
See,
now.
Okay, so, and that's why I wanted to ask, because that's my, because I played, you know, obviously I played Earthbound, and I think that, like, you know, you get to that coffee scene, right, in Earthbound. You know, you have struggled through this game up to that point, and you get to that coffee scene, you get that moment of relief. It's like, everything's going to be all right, you still got a long way to go, but, like, you made it here, you know, kind of thing. And that scene doesn't work if you didn't get there, you know?
Interesting. I can go pull up YouTube and be crying in about 2 minutes if you'd like.
See, for me, like, and that's the thing, is it's like, same thing with, like, you know, I keep harping on you, and I won't, but I have harped on Steven for many years to play the sequel to Earthbound.
Yes, and it is, shame me for it. It is terrible.
It's just incredible to me that you haven't played it up to this point.
Yeah, because I don't want to play a fucking turn-based RPG.
Okay, and here's the thing. I didn't either. In fact, I will say I used an emulator so I could save more often, because it's like, I just wasn't going to finish the game otherwise, because I wasn't in the mood for a turn-based RPG. But, like, I have the same feeling with, like, I've begged you to not just watch, like, a run of it, because if you did... I have not. Because if you did... I feel like maybe the answer for you is it would be different, because for me, if I didn't go through the game and physically have to have the experiences, you know, while doing all of the parts,
I mean, like I've always said, it's 95% or 90% of the experience. Like, you are correct ultimately that, like, playing it is the fuller one, right? Like, I'll never disagree there.
Yeah.
It's just, I think I get more out of watching it than you do, I guess.
You must, because for me, I feel like even if you don't enjoy the gameplay, the fact that you are struggling through a thing adds to the experience, you know, because it's like, I mean, otherwise...
I guess, but, so you never watched people play games, though, right?
I mean, I have watched people play games. I just don't generally.
But never, like, as a kid, obviously, right?
The only games that I watched are the games I've watched Alex play, like Doom.
That's it. Okay, well, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because, you know, like, I consider myself to have played the Metal Gear Solid game.
Yes.
Right? Like, especially 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think I didn't play 4. I played 4. And, like, I don't know, watching you struggle, I felt this... Like, I can't watch Arrested Development or, like, Curb Your Enthusiasm, because I feel too much for the character. Like, I don't know. I don't have a problem with, like, feeling what another... So, like, when I watch someone play a game, like, the parts that they're going to struggle on, I'm going to struggle on. And so, like, I just feel their struggle, and I don't, like, you know, it works out.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and that's the thing. Although I was actually going to bring up Metal Gear Solid, of one of those games where the story and the gameplay are completely divorced from each other. In that, like, I feel like you can get the experience of Metal Gear Solid completely just by, for the most part, just by watching it.
I think Metal Gear Solid 2 probably the least, maybe. Or maybe 3. I don't know. What do you think? As in, like, not playing it means I got less out of it.
I think 4, actually.
Really?
The reason why, I mean, honestly, and the only reason why is because, like, it's the fucking going through the microwave scene.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I feel like physically doing that is the experience. And if you don't do that, you have not actually experienced that scene. Mostly because, and I'm not the first person to say this, I think this is actually a Jacob Geller thing. This is like the what you have to do to get through that scene is actually kind of painful on your hands. So, like,
yeah.
Which I believe is on purpose. So it's like,
I remember watching that and being like, seeing the instructions continue to pile up and being like, wow, okay, wow, Jason's doing that. Got it. Woo.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like there is a very physical nature to the thing you have to do that makes it more impactful. But I think Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of those games where it's just like you could watch it and get basically the whole experience, because it's like it's a game where it's just like it's interspersed with movies, you know, like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 4 though. I mean, come on.
No, I mean 4 is. I know 4 is mostly cutscenes, but like there's that, and there's the fight with Ocelot, where like I feel like again. It's really backloaded, honestly. Like that, all the end of the game has some really strong scenes of like physically interacting with the cutscenes that I think some of the other games didn't have. I think 5 actually did a lot more of that, which was nice, because there weren't very many cutscenes.
Oh, yeah, I need to play 5 still.
5 is good. It just doesn't feel like a Metal Gear Solid game.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
well, I've never played any of them, so
you know what?
Would I know?
You just kind of struck something. Metal Gear Solid is another one I feel like has. I don't want to say it's the same as Earthbound, but it has.
I was going to say, I think, I don't think it has anything any close.
I think it has a similar concept of like the absurd. I don't know that it doesn't have the same levity, but I feel like it's scratching at some of the same things. It's just that I don't think it's the same.
Maybe it's just a Japanese thing, though.
Well, and that's why I gravitated towards anime on that, because I do feel like that theme of like meshing the absurd with the mundane, happens more in anime than I've seen it in like other media. I mean, one of the ones that came to mind of like having that is I think Legion.
Oh yeah, sure.
There's a bit of that where it's just kind of just like it's just craziness interspersed with just like, oh, I have a messed up crazy mind, you know, like, and I'm just dealing with the problems of that. But
yeah, it's not quite as grounded, I guess. It's like Earthbound's absurdism is still grounded somehow.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, you could imagine yourself walking down the street and like there's some like, you know, mind control slugs going down. It's like that'd be weird, but you'd be like, yeah, okay, sure. Like I could see those existing. I don't know. That
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, there's like
to it.
Yeah, because Earthbound it's like it's all just like things in the. I mean, it's until you start getting like pretty deep into the game, like it's all just like things in the world. Like you're in cities and towns.
But even then, like, you know, the robot boiler is just a boiler.
Yes, it just happens to be a robot.
Yeah, it happens to be a robot.
So I mean, like for you, what are the most memorable parts of that game of Earthbound?
Coffee, definitely.
Coffee, yeah.
I mean, all of Saturn Valley, obviously.
Yeah, Saturn Valley is pretty crazy.
Yeah, without a doubt. The Skyrunner.
Oh yes, and that music.
Yes, and this theme. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I just as a quick aside, I think we'll both agree that like the music in Earthbound, if you do nothing else, like just listening to the soundtrack of it it's some of my favorite video game music of all time.
And they fit that on like a, you know, 250 megabyte cartridge or whatever.
Yes.
Like not even that much, right? Probably less.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But anyway, sorry, keep going.
I mean, it's like Earthbound is so unique. Like almost every part of that game. Moonside.
Yes. Moonside was one of mine. Magicant, yeah, of
course. How could you forget Magicant? Forside
really sticks out to me because of the way the graphics were done.
Yes. So yeah, it looks amazing.
There's a lot of, for those who haven't seen, like if you look at Forside, like Forside is basically, it's like a New York kind of analog, and there's a lot of like parallax in it. So like, you know, you walk in front of and behind buildings and stuff like that. And like they look at big skyscrapers, which on the NES at the time, I was just like, oh, that's so fucking crazy. Like it's all almost like isometric instead of, but like a different isometric than the rest of the game,
it
looks
also like the camera changed angles, even though it didn't.
Yeah, it's a very striking visual.
I mean, yeah, everything like the Runaway Five, Barf, Master Barf, Pooh.
Winters. You know, Winters for me. I love all of the music from Winters. It's just so like, and like the whole atmosphere. I mean, I love that. Like, it's like this, you know, like far away fucking boarding school. And it's just like, it's like, it just becomes a whole different game. You know, it's just like all of a sudden you're just like, you know, off at this like little snowy boarding school. It's just like, oh, okay, now something's different. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? So yeah, what about you?
I mean,
yeah, exactly. Right.
I know. It's like Summers is another one. Summers and Winters. Like when we got when you get to those point in the game, those are always really interesting points.
The first time you get to Threed. When you clear Threed for the first time, and it becomes all nice.
When you clear Threed, that is one of my favorite parts of the game.
Yeah, it's like all the ghosts at first,
Mm-hmm.
then comes on. I'm trying to just give some context for, our imagined audience.
I know. This is a hard thing to talk about because it's one of those things that we're so intimately like knowledgeable about. And it's like if you haven't played it,
I mean, we let Pooh just like drop and didn't say anything about that, for instance.
Yeah, don't let the poo drop.
Don't let the Pooh drop.
That's gonna be the title. It's like, you eat a magic cake and then get fucking transported to fucking like Sky Japan.
Yeah. Sky India.
I guess Sky India, yeah, because there's all like that's probably more correct.
It is Sky India, yeah.
Sky India. Oh, I mean, talk about impactful scenes in a game. The fucking
Pooh losing his final meditation.
Pooh's final meditation, where you basically have to just like sit there and allow yourself to like be killed.
Some dark shit.
It's really fucking dark, and it's like that's the kind of stuff that like makes the game so interesting, because it's like there's these moments where it's like everything is cool, and then it's like they just throw something at you that's like, oh, this is really like.
I feel like the biggest moment of that is still Moonside, though.
How so? I mean, Moonside is very crazy, but
because you can't leave. When you first go there, and you're just like you walk through the back of that coffee shop, and it's like, okay, you're stuck here, and the enemies are really hard, and it's really confusing, and it's dark, and the music is grating.
Yes,
you're just like it's like a panic inducer.
Yeah, it's like especially if you come into it unprepared and you're just
exactly the first time. Yeah.
You're just like, shit. What is happening?
It's like, fuck. I need to get out of here. This place is crazy. Oh, oh no. Oh, what?
It's like, oh, you can't leave.
Oh, I can't leave. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of that feeling in the game where it's just like this, like, you enter a situation and then all of a sudden the situation like just kind of like you're now unprepared for it. That's the kind of gameplay makes it. That's what I'm talking about, of like the gameplay lends to the story in a way that like if you just described it to somebody, it's not the same. Like the similar to Moonside, the department store.
Yes, I was about to say, the department store.
Same deal. It's like you walk down, suddenly you lose a party member, the lights go off, and you have to go rescue them. And it's like, if you're not ready before then, you're going to get your shit kicked in.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff is just like, it's really impactful, But yeah, it's...
Yeah, it's one of those things you remember. You're like, okay, every time you play that game, you're like, okay, I got to make sure I'm ready for the department store part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's just like, I feel like all of this stuff has, like I mentioned at the beginning, it hasn't just been games. It's just been like my whole tastes, I think, were formed largely by this game. That like this game is the reason why I like certain types of music when I hear it, like it's not all the music I like, but like if I hear shit that sounds like Earthbound, I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And like, if there's pieces of media that evoke similar themes to Earthbound, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, And like settings that are similar to Earthbound, oh, hell yeah, Like, I feel like I've played this game and I have been chasing that high ever since. And I've hit it a couple other times, There's other games that I mentioned, there's other pieces of media I mentioned, but like, I feel like I just want to play Earthbound again for the first time. And I have had that experience a couple more times, in different video games. But like, it's just like, that was the first, I think Earthbound was the first game where I was really like, oh, this is what I want. I want games like this. This is the thing that I like.
But you don't really play a lot of like, you don't play a lot of like turn-based RPGs, right?
But it's not, that's the thing, is it's not the turn-based RPG part of it.
Yeah.
It's the setting and the tone and and the story, like those kinds of things. And that's, I mean, like, I had the same kind of feelings as you when like, I kind of scoffed a little bit like, oh, Undertale. It's like, okay, why is this like, talked up so much? I played it. I get it. It very much evoked, like, I got very similar feelings playing Undertale that I got playing Earthbound for the first time. Like, especially the second playthrough, like pacifist run, like playing through, in fact, honestly, playing through that game 2 times really was the game for me, of like playing it through, realizing, oh, I shouldn't have done all this, going back through and doing a full pacifist run and being like, oh, it's like, it's so fucking like triumphant, you know? It's just like, that was really good, you know? Like that, I was like, that's what I'm looking for, you know? And then about halfway through playing Disco Elysium, I had the same thought. I'm like, oh my God, this is this generation's Earthbound. That's what this is. Like, it has the elements, and to me, honestly, it's more digestible in that regard because it's not, you know, a 30-hour turn-based RPG. Like, it's a point-and-click adventure. It's like I played it through and then immediately turned around and played it through all the way through again, you know, which is something I would not do with Earthbound because it's so long. But yeah, so for you, not the same way.
No, I mean, I like Earthbound a lot. It's definitely still one of my favorite games of all time, but like, I don't know. I think KOTOR is the thing that like really formed my personal video game taste. Like it's that like pure power fantasy.
That totally, oh my God, I get it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always looking to play a game that like lets me be a Sith Lord. And it turns out that like 90% of people prefer to play as the Jedi, and no one really likes playing as the Sith Lord except for me and like 10% of the population. So like,
they're sociopaths.
Yeah. So I just, you know, like Kingdom Come Deliverance lets me put like a mace and plate armor on, right? And like that's pretty close to a lightsaber in medieval times.
Oh yeah.
It turns out.
It does about as much damage, it seems like.
Yeah. Cyberpunk, you know, Fallout New Vegas,
Morrowind,
right? But like they also all have the like, you know, they're all worlds, right? Like they're like in the same way that Earthbound like feels like a living, breathing environment, right? There's like cars running around and people in stores.
Yes.
Right? And people seem to have their own stuff going on, right? That like they don't care about what you're doing, right? Which is very important for me. If people care about what I'm doing in a video game, I'm probably already checking out.
Yes.
If there's somebody who's like, oh yeah, you're the chosen one, it's like, oh great, okay, well then like see you later, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and you're right. I mean, that's the same reason why I love Morrowind as much as I do, you know, because like that game has the same concept of like, you're dirt. I don't give a shit about you. It's just like, cool. That's what I want. Call me dirt again. You'll see. And then
Earthbound is also great because eventually, like when you do stuff for people, they remember, and like you're not dirt anymore.
Yes,
and it's like going from dirt to not dirt feels great.
That's interesting. I never really made that connection with Earthbound, but like there is an element of that where it's just like as you're passing through each section, like things get better.
People are like, "Oh wow, you fixed stuff up, kid. Like, thank you. Like, you're awesome." Actually, the Kraken scene.
Yes,
right where the sailor's like, "Oh my God, it's the Kraken. We're all dead." And then afterward, he's like, "Wow, you kids like destroyed that thing. What are you guys like?" Awesome, like what's going on here?
Really eating your Wheaties.
Yeah, really eating your Wheaties. Yeah, just like it's that. It's just like, you know, it's great. I love that kind of experience.
Yeah,
where the game world like is reacting to you, but not in like an exclusive way.
It feels earned.
Yes, exactly. It feels earned.
But yeah, I guess that makes sense because it's like you didn't play Earthbound. Like your first real playthrough of Earthbound was at a much older age than me.
Yes, I understood the mechanics of the game.
Yeah. For me, I was just like a wide-eyed child just like experiencing this crazy, wacky world. And like for me, it's just like it just left an Earthbound shaped hole in my heart that I've been trying to constantly fill ever since with any piece of media that I possibly can.
Yeah, I guess Earthbound was the first game that was like showed me that game mechanics could like be enticing. Like, oh, I want to get stronger in this game. I want to like, you know, see that number go up. That's awesome. And like, I want to beat Gygax.
Makes sense why you would level a character up to 99.
Yeah. But again, like that, the leveling to 99 thing happened way before I was able to form coherent thoughts like that.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I do not know what was going on through my brain when I did that.
You were probably like 4 or 5 and you were just like, make number go up. Want to play video game, make number go up.
I was just like, oh, it's so cool. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing as complex as what I just described though. For sure.
Fair enough. So I don't know if this is going to go anywhere, and if it doesn't, I'll cut it. But so I was watching the Super Eye Patch Wolf review of Mother 3, Earthbound 2
Okay. Yeah.
Mother, by the way, is the Earthbound series, for anybody wondering why I just said that. It's Mother 1, 2, and 3 in Japan, whereas there was only Earthbound released in the US, and then the rest of the games are that. Anyway, long story short, not to segue. He made an offhanded comment that I found interesting, and I wanted to just ask you if you have any thoughts if this makes, like, if you think about it the same way.
I mean,
like,
I think I already know where he's going to go with it.
Yeah.
You want me to guess?
Go ahead.
Earthbound reveals like the deeper underside of Americana and suburbia. Like that.
That's the thing. Is like there's like this like seedy undercurrent of suburbia that's like a big Lynch motif. You know, things like what is it? Blue Valentine.
Mm-hmm. Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet. Thank you. I knew that was wrong. Like Blue Velvet, especially. I mean, you know, certainly Twin Peaks.
All of his stuff. Twin Peaks. I mean, you know, that's his thing.
Yes. And like I feel like Earthbound would not surprise me if that was even intentional because of how
I can almost, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably almost certainly not intentional, that it's like, it's probably not an homage or anything to Lynch. I think it's just both Earthbound and Lynch are tapping into a truth.
Well, I'm not going to quite let you get away with that. And the reason why is because, I mean, I know that Earthbound is, I mean, I guess a lot of Japanese media in general, but Earthbound especially is very tied into like American pop culture and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I feel like Lynch is partially in the American pop culture.
He's what's the movie that I think it's not Blue Velvet that he's like.
Well, I mean, Twin Peaks is the thing that he's majorly
of course,
known
Twin Peaks,
for.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
And when did Twin Peaks come out?
I mean, no, it's certainly possible. I just find it
1990. I mean, yeah,
really?
Actually, that could work because Twin Peaks was 1990 and Earthbound was 94.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't. I mean,
I could argue that there is maybe some link there. You know, that there's a Lynchian element.
I don't know. I mean, Twin Peaks was very popular. So, I mean, Twin Peaks, if they had seen anything, that would be it. So that makes sense.
But even if it's not explicitly, right? I feel like unintentionally, they're certainly scratching at a similar...
Well, yeah, because, I mean, it's a game about America. So, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Marcus Lindblom, developer for the English localization. Oh, okay. So, because we play the American version, right? So, like, for instance, like Fuzzy Pickles. That's an American-only thing, apparently. Although it just says he's thought to stay true to the original text. I mean, I'm sure it is true, but it might be Lindblom, this Lindblom guy coming in, Dan Oswin and Marcus Lindblom.
Oh yeah,
we might just like their sense of humor. It seems like they put a lot of stuff in here.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, not that matters. I mean, it's still Earthbound. It's still what we played, but we might want to like. I mean, you might be more right, I guess, is what I'm saying, because some Americans worked on it, so they would be even more aware.
They'd be even more aware of the current pop
Twin
culture.
Peaks and David Lynch and everything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might be very right.
Even just at the core of it, you know, I mean, like, you know, it's you're fighting corruptions of everyday people, you know, in the game. It's just like, I mean, there's all sorts of like these, you know, just like literal underground sections of you know, of cities, you know, like the sewers in Forsyth and like the underneath the graveyard in Threed and like, you know, like this concept of like, you know, the above ground and the below ground, like the what's going on like in your backyard versus like what's going on, you know, in the, you know, it's like there's like the cult, you know, the cult especially, honestly, is really like the fucking like Happy Valley cult is to me very Lynchian, you know, like that struck me. Like, so when I heard that comment in that video, I was just like, you know what? I see it.
Yeah, I definitely see it. I agree with that. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe also why I like Lynch so much because of the Earthbound effect. I'm just like, oh, I like Earthbound and therefore now I like David Lynch stuff.
Yeah. You like America.
I like crazy like deconstructions of American suburbia. Because, yes, I mean, Earthbound in general is very just, like, Americana, you know? It's just, like... Or at least Americana from, like, a Japanese perspective.
Yes.
You know,
100%.
references to the Beatles, lots of jazz references, you know, with the Runaway Five and, like, all sorts of just, like, you know, little snippets here and there. It's all over the place. It's rampant.
Yeah, I'm always amazed also that just, like, people didn't like the graphics.
I know, because they're so charming. I mean, I guess, like... Yeah, like, I mean, I have seen, like, I mean, like, I guess you have to compare it to something like Chrono Trigger, like, because I think it's a contemporary. And I mean, does Chrono Trigger look better than Earthbound? I mean, it depends on what you mean. Like, are the graphics, like, more advanced than the graphics in Earthbound? I think so. Like,
Earthbound looks way better.
I like Earthbound because Earthbound is so like it's so pastel-y and so just like like I feel like it almost has like the same kind of like how cell shading tends to hold up better versus like crappy PS1 graphics, or like GameCube graphics or whatever. Like the cell shading graphics just tend to like look better because they're simpler, and so there's less to pick apart. And like I feel like Earthbound has that. It's like it's simple, but the art direction is very solid, so it looks good.
Yeah, I think it looks beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, throwing it up on a big screen today, it looks really nice. I really like the way Earthbound looks.
The colors are great. It has a wonderful style.
Yeah, and it's very like it's not trying to be realistic. It's trying to be stylized, and that I think always works better. Yeah, man. So you would say KOTOR then? That's your favorite game? Or the game that has influenced you the most?
If I would like to forget a game to play again, the KOTOR series preferably, but I guess KOTOR 1 ultimately, even over KOTOR 2, even though KOTOR 2 is kind of the better game. But yeah, that's the one I think formed my opinion the most about games.
Yeah. It's something I always kind of took for granted because like I knew we both really liked Earthbound, but it does make sense based on like everything that we've gone over up to this point about your taste in video games. I think I get that. I think that makes sense because like for me, this is it. This is the number one. Like,
I mean, Earthbound holds a tremendous amount of nostalgia for me, right? And like even 5 years ago, I might have said Earthbound is my favorite game of all time. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I don't know. I've gone back and played KOTOR multiple times at this point, and I have not gone back and played Earthbound. So it just feels wrong, despite how warm I feel toward the game, to say it's my favorite. Like if I'm not willing to play it, like, can I really say it's my favorite game at this point? Mm-hmm. When I will play my other favorite. So,
Yeah. No, that's fair. And I mean, like, I've certainly replayed Morrowind more times than I've replayed Earthbound, and Morrowind would be the other contender for
me. Yeah. It changes.
Yeah.
They're certainly in the top 3. Mm-hmm. KOTOR, Earthbound, Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I think the thing with Morrowind, the difference between Morrowind and Earthbound for me is exactly kind of what I've been talking about. Is like Morrowind, I think more than any other game influenced what I like about games. Mm-hmm. Like because I mean, in a lot of ways, because of how like diverse you could be and like how you built out your character, Morrowind really opened the door for like immersive sims to me, and like it's the reason why I liked things like Deus Ex as much as I did is because it was doing the thing I liked in Morrowind even more than Morrowind. Of being able to kind of like create your own type of character and run through that, which I mean is an RPG staple, but like, Morrowind does it particularly. It makes it feel really good.
It changes how you play, not just what happens.
Exactly. But I think Earthbound, more than any other video game, has shaped the way that I approach media in general more. Like from a gameplay perspective, it's just like I don't play turn-based RPGs, so of course I'm not like going to play it that many times over. I've experienced the Earthbound, and I love reading shit about Earthbound, even though I don't necessarily want to play the game again. Yeah. But like I love like watching reviews of it, and I love watching like people talk about it, and I love the other games that it spawned, and like I don't really play bullet hells, and I don't play turn-based RPGs, but I played through Undertale, which is a combination of a bullet hell and a turn-based RPG, and I fucking loved it because it was similar to Earthbound. And like, I played that Lisa game, which, I feel like of the Earthbound clones, quote unquote, is the least Earthboundy because it's more of just like Lisa is like a combination of Earthbound and The Road.
Yeah, I know about Lisa. Yeah, it's just depressing.
I mean, like it's funny, but like, and it's quirky, but like it's such a kick in the dick. Like,
yeah.
It's so dark. It's a good game. I enjoyed it, and like it gets pretty body horror-y. Which is also interesting. Oh, okay. And in an actual body horror way. But like it's of all of the Earthboundy games, it's the least. But yeah, it's just like, even something like Disco Elysium, where it's like, I mean, by and large, it's a point and click adventure, which I'm not really a point and click adventure person. I played a little tiny bit of like Myst, and that was about it.
Yeah.
And I played some King's Quest back in the day, and that's like, as far as that goes. But like, Same. I adore Disco Elysium because the tone reminded me of what I loved about Earthbound. I was like, I want that. I like that. That's the thing that I like, And the music was great in that game. Not to can harp on another game that I really wish you played but didn't.
Okay, you can harp. It's fine.
I know. It's probably just knocking the timer further and further back. And I don't know if you'll ever play Disco Elysium. I don't know if you'll ever play Earthbound 2. Oh,
I don't either.
I know. Oh, man. But yeah. Fuck, man. It is crazy how much of an impact it has had, for how poorly it sold, because it's like there was plenty of people in the West that, went on to make games or like to cite it as being important, I mean, like obviously Toby Fox of, Undertale being the most prominent, where he's just like, yeah, Earthbound, that's what I started out as a person that like, did, what did he do? He did like Earthbound, like he did Earthbound ROM hacks. That was his claim to fame.
Oh, cool.
So huge Earthbound fan. So it's just like, I'm glad, I'm so glad Earthbound exists, and I'm so glad that there's like games out there that exist because like of its impact. But yeah, man. What else? What else is there to say? What else can be said?
I don't know. What can be said?
Fuzzy pickles.
Fuzzy pickles. Earthbound is good.
Earthbound is good. Play it if you haven't played it, and then play the sequel, and then comment about it so I can talk about it. I fucking love that game. Oh, Jesus. But yeah. All right. I can't believe we did it. We talked about Earthbound. I don't know if any of this was coherent. It probably wasn't.
I don't think any of it was. No, I don't think any of it was.
But I will edit it into something that's coherent. It'll be amazing.
Godspeed, yeah.
Like I said at the beginning, I didn't know if this was going to be like 10 minutes or if this was going to be an hour. It was an hour.
It's like, I feel like we could continue to talk about like, man, that part was so great. Like, but like, we could do that for hours.
Oh, I know. I mean, we could just go through the entire game
Exactly.
We could probably sit here in order and talk about the entire game.
Yeah, easily. It's one of those games I can play in my head.
Yeah.
For sure. So let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. I know. It's like we probably sit there and be like, oh yeah, and that part. Oh yeah, and that part.
It's like, oh yeah, when you first walk. Oh man, when the meteor lands and you have to like put your pajamas on after you like go talk to your mom, and then you go back upstairs and you put your pajamas on, then you go downstairs and you get your dog, and then you go outside and you meet with your neighbors, and then you go and you walk over to the meteor, and then you get the bug, and then it's like we could just do that for the whole game.
Okay, you know what? You just reminded me though, so I'm glad you said that. I will say one thing.
Yes.
One thing, because I feel like if we're going to wrap up on anything, I feel like the Gygas fight is one of the most interesting boss fights.
Oh, yes, for sure. Yes.
And I feel like if we would be so foolish if we didn't at least talk about it a little bit.
Yes.
Because go ahead.
Well, the fact that you can't kill him through normal damage.
Yeah.
You have to like invoke not only everyone you've met on your journey to help you, but you have to help yourself.
Yes. You, the player, have to physically, are physically called upon to help defeat the boss.
The game talks to you and is like, hey, listen, man, you gotta hope too.
Oh, yeah. And because that's the thing. It's like, I hinted at it at the beginning, but like you're basically like fighting the physical embodiment of like evil and chaos, in a way that like feels really scary and creepy. Like, because it's like sometimes it's like you got like the Final Fantasy of it's like I'm literally fighting God / Satan. It's just like, okay, yeah, cool, you are, but like it's just like a big fucking creature. Like that's cool.
I mean, Gygas was literally my like desktop wallpaper for like years until like a few months ago because it's just so creepy.
Yeah, it's formless. And like all of it's like you can't comprehend the
true nature of Gygas' attack. Yeah, I mean,
it's just like it's just attacking. It's like everything that it does and is just completely incomprehensible. It's like it is. I mean, like God, shit. I'm just realizing it is probably the thing that like whenever I hear about Lovecraft, that's really what I'm trying to get at is Gygas shit.
Yeah.
Because I always feel disappointed when like Lovecraft stuff comes up and it's like it's just tentacles. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. It's like it's got a squid face, and that's not. I want something that's gonna blow my fucking mind, and that's what Gygas is to me. It's just like it's literally a boss that's just like you can't hurt it, and it doesn't like everything that it does to you is just like incomprehensible. It physically is incomprehensible, and you have to beat it with fucking calling out to everyone to support you,
and it drives itself insane when it fights you.
Yes.
Even it is not immune to itself.
Yes. It can't. Yeah. Once you break its shell of like, preventing it from like going nuts. It's like, and like the fucking other big bad guy just like dips out. He's like, yeah, this seems like it's going to get really out of hand really fast, so I'm going to leave. Oh man. Yeah. No, it's anytime they do a boss fight like that where it's like there's like a gimmick, it always reminds me of the Gygas fight, you know, of just like, it's like, and some of them are done well and some of them are done poorly, but like when it's done well, I'm like, yep, that's hitting the same highs as the Gygas fight. That's what I like. Yes, the form of this podcast is incomprehensible. That's probably how this is going to end.
Good title, yeah.
Oh man! All right. Well, this was the Christmas episode. This is the holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy what other holidays are during this time? Anyway, happy those holidays to everyone. Enjoy. Have a safe and lovely time. And you know we'll see you in the next year. And maybe this episode will be out in a semi-reasonable amount of time. Yeah, no promises. I never promise anything. Promises. We'll never promise anything ever, except when we do. But even then, don't take that as a promise. It's not real.
Never.
All right.
Yeah.
See you.
See you.